Hi friends, my name is Kapil and I welcome you to Trading Mantra. ये वीडियो शुरू करने से पहले let me share something interesting with you. Trading Mantra, it's a new channel and our journey on YouTube has just begun. For whatever little experience we have gained on YouTube so far, it seems that trading in the markets is much simpler than making a YouTube video. So honestly, we would request you for your love and support. If you like the content of our videos, do like and subscribe. Because we would be needing your support in the longer run. इस channel पे we would be talking primarily in English with a little touch of Hindi, so it will be more of English. I hope you all are comfortable with that. But since it is the beginning of our journey, we would really want your comments, your opinion. So let's say if you feel that our video should be more in English, or rather completely in English or completely in Hindi, well, let us know and we will see how best we can incorporate on that. So let's get started. Today's video we would talk about DMAT accounts. Now at Trading Mantra, we strongly believe that when you're starting a journey into the stock markets, it's very important to have the right tools. होता क्या है कि आदमी सिर्फ प्रॉफिट के बारे में सोचता है. You don't think about what it takes to retain those profits. Now let's say अगर आप एक डीमैट अकाउंट खोलते हैं जिसमें आपकी ब्रोकरेज बहुत हाई है, देन डेफिनेटली आप जितनी मेहनत करके वो जो प्रॉफिट्स अर्न करोगे उसका एक बहुत बड़ा हिस्सा उस ब्रोकरेज में, उस चार्जेस में कट जाएगा. सो इट विल बी हार्ड फॉर यू टू बी इन प्रॉफिट्स. आई रिमेंबर बैक इन द डे व्हेन आई स्टार्टेड ट्रेडिंग, विच वाज ऑलमोस्ट लाइक 14-15 ईयर्स बैक, Zerodha का नाम किसी ने नहीं सुना हुआ था, Upstox का नाम किसी ने नहीं सुना हुआ था. सो आई फर्स्ट ओपनड अ डीमैट अकाउंट विद ICICI डायरेक्ट. एंड इफ़ आई एम नॉट मिस्टेकन फ्रेंड्स, उस टाइम पर मेरी ब्रोकरेज जो चार्ज होती थी, दैट यूज टू बी अबाउट 140-150 रुपीज़ पर लॉट, येस. एंड देन आई शिफ्टेड फ्रॉम ICICI डायरेक्ट, आई शिफ्टेड टू इंडिया बुल्स, एंड इंडिया बुल्स में वो कटाकर 80 रुपीज़ 60 रुपीज़ तक आ गई थी. बट देन अगेन वी वर टॉकिंग ऑफ लॉट्स एंड आई रियलाइज्ड कि एवरी टाइम आई एम ट्रेडिंग, सी फाइंडिंग द राइट एंट्री एंड द राइट एग्जिट इज नॉट द ओनली चैलेंज. A bigger challenge is how to break even and how to find profit. So now for instance, those of us जो अभी अपनी जर्नी शुरू कर रहे हैं, उनके लिए it is not that difficult because there's so many discount brokers out there who are very very competitive and who got the best brokerage plans. तो ऐसे में क्या है कि बहुत सी problems अपने आप में solve हो जाती हैं. But we would want you to know and understand that even though on the paper सबके brokerage plans, I'm talking about discount brokers, more or less they look the same, right? सबका जो ऑफर है कि कोई 20 रुपीज़ पर ऑर्डर चार्ज कर रहा है, कुछ एक हैं जो 15 रुपीज़ पर ऑर्डर चार्ज कर रहे हैं, but still it seems comparable. But that is not exactly what the scenario is, because behind the scenes there will be a lot of advantages and disadvantages of being with one broker or the other. So in this particular video, we would want you to understand these nuances, and these finer details will help you choose the right broker to begin this journey of stock trading. Now those of us who are not a beginner and they have been into the markets, maybe you also want to see this video till the end, because we are going to give you an insight after which you might want to contemplate and change your broker or your existing broker. So let's get started. Well friends, so welcome to Trading Mantra once again, and let's start with the video choosing a DMAT account. We are focusing primarily on discount brokerages, and discount brokerage में हमने choose किया है आज Tradesmart, Zerodha and Upstox, right? For a simple reason, Zerodha और Upstox के बिना अगर मैं बात करूँगा तो I think that would not be fair, because these two are the leading discount brokerages in the country today. Tradesmart we have taken for a simple reason because I feel they've got a very interesting brokerage plan, and they provide you with the Nest Trader platform, which again for certain brokers, for certain traders, especially the ones who've been in the market for a long time and they are into heavy trading, is any day preferred over any web or mobile platforms which the discount brokerages would offer otherwise. So we'll talk all about that. Let's start to understand and get to know these companies one by one. So when we talk about Tradesmart, we need to understand Tradesmart is not a new name. ये नई company नहीं है, right? Before Upstox happened, before Zerodha happened, Tradesmart was there in the market, but of course it was not known as Tradesmart. It is basically a brokerage firm which is owned by Win Finance Company, and Win Finance Company, they are Mumbai-based brokers since 1994. So that is much before Zerodha and Upstox, right? Here in this case, you have a conventional broker which has gone the discount brokerage way, which means what? कि ये conventional broker थे, and they realized over the period of time कि the way technology is evolving, जिस तरह से customers एक easy access को preference दे रहे हैं, you know, they realize that they cannot really go the old school way forever, and they have to evolve as well. So that's when they went, you know, and they started operating on a similar platform जिस तरह से बाकी discount brokerage operate करती हैं, and that's why they have become a good name over a very, very short period of time. Then we have Zerodha. Now Zerodha is of course, you know, the first discount brokerage this country got. It was founded in 2010, and you know, it has definitely got that first movers advantage because आज की डेट में Zerodha is the largest broker in the country, right? उसके कुछ एडवांटेजेस हैं तो बहुत सारे डिसएडवांटेजेस भी हो सकते हैं, बट उन सब के बारे में हम बात करेंगे. Zerodha मेरे ओपिनियन में, आई थिंक along with Upstox, it is these two companies who got the best web portal and mobile apps. You know, as far as the user interface is concerned, the usability is concerned, it is very, very fluid and it is very practical to use. And of course, you know, the customer support is comparable in all of them. Then we have Upstox. Now, if Zerodha was founded in 2010, Upstox was founded in 2011. So they were, if not the first one, but they were pretty early to the party, right? That time discount brokerages were not really something which was very commonly heard or known about. I told you already about what kind of charges I used to pay when I started my journey. So having founded in 2010, it went on to become one of the fastest growing discount brokers in the country, right? And this one particular company, it is backed by Tiger Global and Ratan Tata. So the moment I say Ratan Tata, of course, you know, it is a sigh of relief for a lot of them. हमको अक्सर ऐसा लगता है कि पता नहीं यार कल को भाग ही ना जाएं कहीं, but if somebody by the name Ratan Tata has invested his money and his support in a particular company, then we are bound to understand that, you know, it is definitely a reliable company, and whatever ups and downs might happen in the future, it will be able to survive that. Again, comparable to Zerodha, very fluid mobile and web app, and customer support is equally good. Now friends, when we want to choose a DMAT account, we don't want to make it too complicated, but we would want to ask ourselves a couple of questions. So पहला question होना चाहिए कि how many trades do you take on an intraday basis? Are you a positional trader, intraday cash trader, or scalper, right? Scalper, well, somebody who's not, you know, trading for a position, somebody who's doing multiple trades in a very short period of time, and somebody whose number of trades in a day would easily exceed any other intraday traders, you know, trade log. Anyways, so we're going to talk about scalping probably in a different video where I can give you all the details when we want you to identify yourself as a trader. I think it is a very interesting way of trading, especially for the fact if you are into option buying. Now, the other question which you need to ask yourself is, do you trade on the web, mobile, or desktop? So all these factors, you may not think otherwise, आपको वैसे लगे नहीं लगे, but these factors actually make a huge difference in the kind of broker you would want, so that you can make the most out of that broker, right? So we'll handle these questions one by one. When I say number of trades and quantity matters, of course, it is very simple mathematic. The more number of trades that you take, the more buying and selling and the higher brokerage. So let's say if somebody is a scalper or somebody is a heavy intraday trader, let's try and understand it this way, and who's doing approximately, let's say 50 to 100 trades, just as a number, right? Somebody might be doing 12 to 100 trades in a day, who knows? But if you're taking 50 to 100 trades in a day, right, then every trade taken would attract 20 rupees. Every order that you place would attract 20 rupees. So let's say someone does 20 trades in a day, just a ballpark figure, just an example, his brokerage would be 20 into 2 into 20. Why 20 into 2? For a simple reason, every trade you buy and for every trade you sell. So those are not one trade, those are two trades. So 20 into 2, and then the brokerage 20 rupees, so he's paying 800 rupees. But somebody who's a positional trader, who says that a particular stock XYZ, Reliance or HDFC Bank, is at its support level, right? And I'm sure that in 2 to 3 days time, this stock is going to move at least 1 to 2%. So what he would do is he would buy that stock either in cash or in options, right? And then he would hold that particular trade for 1 to 2 or 3 days time until he's met his target, or whatever little target he's made where he wants to quit, he would exit the trade. So he's not making those number of trades as compared to a heavy intraday trader or a scalper. So of course, when you are with a conventional trader, or sorry, let's put it this way, when you are with a conventional broker, if you're trading only a few trades in a month, you may want to stick to him, right? But if you're doing 50 trades in a day, if you're doing 20 trades in a day, then imagine the kind of brokerage you end up paying towards the end of the month, right? So it is this compounding number which will make a difference towards your break even and towards your profit at the end of the month or at the end of the year. So these are things which you need to consider. Similarly, we already spoke about intraday trader and scalper, which is a higher number of trades, and of course the total turnover is also much more than an equivalent comparable positional or swing trader. Now the second question is the platform. Now somebody who's trading on a mobile phone, these days it is very simple. You've got these smartphones and got big screens, and you can look at the charts and you can place your order, you can exit your trade, do whatever you feel like. Of course, it makes a hell of a difference how user friendly the interface is. For instance, if you would notice that we have given here recommendations Zerodha and Upstox, for a simple reason, because when you want to place a trade, so the time required from the opening of the app to switching from charts to watch list to order page, right, to the execution of an order, it takes time. So let's say if there is one app which is highly fluid and it takes only couple of seconds or probably less than a minute for you to place that trade, that is going to be highly effective. But if a mobile app is not that fluid and it requests you to go from one page to the other, and in this case, well, Tradesmart happens to be that particular one, we would not really recommend that, right? But if you want to trade on the Tradesmart on let's say a desktop platform or a web portal, that's a different scenario. Here we are talking only about the mobile trader. So for mobile app trading, I think Zerodha and Upstox happen to be the best as far as our experience is concerned. Now of course, for a web trader, it's pretty much comparable because you have a web platform or a web interface. For Zerodha, you've got one for Upstox, you've got for Tradesmart, and you can easily do it. Our recommendations are also in a similar hierarchy: Zerodha, Upstox and Tradesmart. So web trading is basically comparable as against mobile trading. And then we come to for the seasonal trader, somebody who prefers the desktop platform which is called Nest, right? Now why people prefer this Nest trader? Simple, it's faster execution, it's got shortcuts, and it's very easy to use once you've got used to it. That's a very ironical kind of counterproductive statement that I'm making, but basically what I'm talking is that once you start trading with Nest, and if you're somebody who needs to be in and out of the trade faster, you need to execute your trades faster, then Nest trader of course comes much more handy than a web portal or a mobile app. So in this case we are primarily talking about somebody who's a scalper. I think he would prefer to go by Nest and he would not want to go by the web or the mobile app portal. Now in this case our recommendation is Tradesmart and Upstox. Why? Because Zerodha does not have a desktop platform. It used to have something called Pi, which was comparable, but they have done away with that support, and new customers are not getting that support, and they're going to get do away with that support in a short period of time. So they would not really have a desktop platform, is what you need to understand. They used to have one which was called Pi. Upstox on the other hand also offered Nest trader, but these days due to some problem which is not very clear, they are not supporting it for the time being. But every time you call the customer care, they would tell you, sir, it is not being supported right now, but we're going to reinstate it very soon. Now till the time that soon does not happen, I can't promise you as our friends to be in any sort of wrong notion that Upstox, if you opt for that only because of Nest Trader, you'll get the Nest Trader today. It might get started another week, 10 weeks, 20 weeks time, God knows how long it will take, but as of now they are not supporting it. So Tradesmart becomes the obvious choice. Now for instance, I have an account with all three of them. Zerodha I'm not very happy of late, but for that you'll probably have to check another video of ours wherein I've given you a detailed analysis of Zerodha as to why it is the largest retail broker today, but it may not be the best today, right? So those details you'll find there. Now in the next slide, friends, we're just trying to compare Zerodha, Upstox and Tradesmartonline against the conventional brokers on different parameters. So let me just go through with this so that it gets a little easier for you. Of course, where you see the tick mark, so that is web interface, all of them have it. Mobile app, all of them have it. Desktop platform, Zerodha does not have it. Upstox has Nest Trader. Well, I told you what the complications are. Tradesmart has Nest Trader. Conventional brokers would usually have their own platform. Big houses, big companies, big banks. So they have developed their in-house softwares, which of course have their own advantages and disadvantages. So I'm not getting into that right now. Now when you talk about the brokerage fees, which is very, very crucial as a parameter, so Zerodha offers 20 rupees per order for FNO and 0 for cash delivery. Of course you're going to pay the charges or the government taxes on the cash delivery, but you're not supposed to be paying anything to Zerodha in this case because they don't charge you on delivery. Similar is with Upstox. Tradesmart is better, I told you, because they would charge you 15 rupees per order, or they would ask you for another plan, which is the 0.007% plan or 7 rupees per option trade, which is of course very, very lucrative. Then we have the 60 to 80 rupees per lot for the conventional traders. We already discussed this right at the beginning. The break evens would get much higher and your possibility of getting out of that trade in profit becomes all the more challenging. Now then we talk about cash brokerage fees. I've already discussed that. Zerodha does not charge you, Upstox does not charge you, Tradesmart would charge you a small amount, and conventional brokers would charge you a small amount as well. Now exposure, I'm not going to talk about that because for a simple reason, we at TradingMantra, we do not really recommend trading with leverage or trading with margins because that can be very, very risky. It is a double-edged sword for all I need to tell you. And right now, because of the new regulations by SEBI, not a lot of exposure or brokerage or leverage is being offered by the brokers as well. So that's something which we have left blank. The brokerage score altogether, well, we've given because of the brokerage plan, we've given 9 to Zerodha, 9 to Upstox, 9.5 for Tradesmart and 7 for conventional brokers, just to be fair. Then we have the web platform score 9, 9, 8 and 7 to 8. So basically that is also comparable. Desktop platform score would be 0 for Zerodha. Let's not forget they don't have a desktop platform. And Upstox, Tradesmart and conventional brokers, well, Upstox and Tradesmart 9, 9 and conventional brokers 7. Mobile app score, a 9 to Zerodha, a 8.5 to Upstox, for a simple reason. In Zerodha's app, you can place an option trade strategy. If you've heard of a strangle or a straddle before you watching this video, then you can place that kind of a basket order with the Zerodha app. You cannot do it with the Upstox mobile app. You can do it on the Upstox web portal, but you can't do it on the mobile app. But that is something which is very, very ironical in case of Zerodha, because Zerodha does not allow you to buy out of the money options. Yes, so it means if let's say Bank Nifty is trading at 35,000, sometimes you may not be allowed to buy a 34,800 put. Yeah, for those of us who are probably beginners and who might be thinking, what is he talking about? Well, in which case you need to probably find it out what I mean, what are OTMs and ITMs, but Zerodha does not allow you to buy far OTMs or even OTMs for that matter these days. It is troublesome, and you may want to watch our Zerodha review video for getting a better insight of what I'm talking about. And because of that, whether I can choose to place a basket order from the app itself or not does not make a difference, because all I can do is probably sell a straddle, sell a strangle. I cannot do a iron fly, or I cannot do an iron condo and these kind of things, because FAR OTMs or OTMs are not allowed. So 9 and 8.5 is what we have given. Tradesmart an 8 and conventional brokers also an 8. The mobile app score again, no, we've already discussed that. Customer support 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, because it's pretty much the same. When it gets cumbersome with all of them. So I'm not trying to give one a better edge than the other. Glitches score, off late there has been ample glitches in Zerodha, so they get a 7. There have been glitches at Upstox as well, but they still get an 8.5. Tradesmart gets 8. Conventional brokers in this case are more stable. The connections are more stable, their servers are much better, so technically they get a 9 here, right? And then pay in and payout score. Now it's very simple to understand. We live in India, right? Anybody who is to receive money would be all hunky-dory about it, and he would be more than happy to receive your money. So that's exactly what happens with most of the brokerages, that when you want to deposit funds, it goes very smooth. But when you want to withdraw funds, it usually takes much longer, in which case Zerodha and Upstox are comparable, but Tradesmart takes a tad bit longer. Conventional brokers are also equivalent. The final score after all these parameters, well, 50.5 for Zerodha, 60.5 for Upstox, 58 for Tradesmartonline, conventional brokers 47. So I hope that will give you a little insight about all these brokers that we spoke about. Let's sum it up. Zerodha, the pros and cons, of course, you've got a better mobile and web interface. It's the largest discount brokerage, but of course that is also a disadvantage if you'll see it down below, because there are a lot of glitches, there are a lot of restrictions on strike prices which you can buy, and that's basically Zerodha for you. Upstox, again, it's a fluid mobile and web interface. It's the fastest growing discount brokerage, reliable platform, free from strike selection restrictions. So in Zerodha, for instance, if you're trading Bank Nifty is at 35,000. You cannot buy 34,800 most of the days. In Upstox, on the contrary, you are also allowed to buy something like 34,000 or even 33,500. So that's what makes a hell of a difference, especially if you are interested in buying OTMs for option strategies, which we also recommend, because that's a very reasonable way of making money from the stock markets, not getting too much exposed to the risk attached. Again, it is backed by Ratan Tata. I think that impresses me the most. Cons, yeah, Upstox does not allow you to put any collateral margin scheme, right? It's not available as of now. When it will be available, God knows. Temporary suspension of Nest Trader, that puts me off personally, because I apart from doing the strategies, I am a scalper and I love to do scalping, and Nest Trader is something which I love to use in that case, which unfortunately is not available with Upstox as of now. But as I said, if you call up the customer care, they'll tell you, sir, we're going to start it someday or the other soon again. Tradesmart, first preference, Nest Trader, because of that. It's the best discount brokerage plans, especially for FNO, good customer support, free from strike selection restrictions. So just like Upstox, you do not have any problems in selecting the strikes here, and it is good for option buyers and sellers both. The mobile app is not fluid, yeah, and the web interface feels a little dated, which means the web interface is not all that great, right? Now friends, having said that, these are basically 3 high recommendations from our end, and if you choose to support us, do feel free to open your trading account, open your DMAT account with either of them. Of course, our recommendations are with Upstox, because we find that is the best amongst the lot. And if you choose to open your DMAT account with Upstox with our link, which is given below, well friends, we have an interesting offer for all of you. As I said, Trading Mantra is in its pre-launch stage. We've just launched on YouTube and we would want to grow. If you choose to join us on this journey, all you need to do is open the Upstox account with our link and share your details with us. And the moment your account gets activated, we would transfer 499 rupees, which is 500 rupees, to your account or your Paytm or wherever you ask us to, and that will be a small, let's say bonus for you to join our community. And of course, we would have plenty of other advantages in the coming times, which we are trying to place for all of us together, so that we can all be profitable together. So thank you so much, and do not forget to like the video, join and subscribe, and hit the bell icon. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.